if you look at the IT company results, well, so far the results have been fairly good. TCS as well as Wipro results have been good, and with that they have also announced buybacks. In fact, if you look at TCS announced buyback worth 16,000 crore, and Wipro also announced buyback worth 9,500 crore. Commentary coming in, especially from TCS, was fairly strong. TCS management did state that we are witnessing the start of the first phase of a multi-year technology transformation cycle, and that in fact set the stage for Nifty IT index to scale record highs. In fact, we had already seen a lot of run up in the IT stocks since March end. They have gained close to around 60 to over 100%, and post TCS commentary, we saw a lot of stocks and the buyback announcement, I would say, we saw a lot of stocks further scaling new highs. In fact, commentary from Wipro management was also strong. They have gone ahead and hiked the Q3 guidance as well, or rather they have given a very strong Q3 guidance. Speaking about buybacks, well, generally IT companies have announced a lot of buybacks in the previous years as well, and the IT companies generally use a combination of buyback as well as dividend to reward shareholders, and this is because IT companies really do not have too much of debt on the books. In fact, the debt on the books is zero for most of them, and they use a combination of buyback and dividend to reward shareholders. If you look at the buyback announced so far, both by TCS and Wipro in Q2, it's a cumulative buybacks of 25,500 crore. This is excluding the dividends. In the last two fiscal, that is from fiscal FY18 to FY20, 4 IT companies, which is TCS, Infosys, Wipro as well as HCL Tech, they have announced buyback worth 82,260 crore. This is the amount of buybacks probably that they have completed. In fact, if you look at just TCS buyback announcement, it's a 16,000 crore buyback announcement at a buyback price of rupees 3,000 per share, which is at a 10% premium to then closing price. In fact, the buyback amount of 16,000 crore is nearly 34% of Q2 cash and investment levels, and it forms nearly around 16% of the overall net worth. Also, TCS management did mention that they are using a combination of buyback as well as dividend to reward shareholders, and this has been their capital return policy. They also mentioned that the buyback premium has been in the similar range that they have shared in the last two instances as well. The last two instances, TCS had done a buyback of 16,000 crore each. This was in fiscal 18 as well as fiscal 20. In fact, Nomura also mentioned that in FY21 is the second consecutive year of nearly around 100% plus profit payout to shareholders by TCS. Coming to Wipro, Wipro also announced buyback worth 9,500 crore at a buyback price of 400 rupees per share. This is nearly at a 6.6% premium to the then closing price. In the previous two instances, Wipro has announced buyback worth 10,500 crore and 11,000 crore. This was in FY20 as well as in FY18. In fact, one of the analysts did mention that buyback approved by the management of 9,500 crore excludes the impact of tax, and hence if we include that, then the buyback amount is nearly around 11,600 crore, which is more or less slightly higher than the buyback that management had done last time. Management speaking at the press conference also mentioned that the policy is returning 45 to 50% of net income to shareholders, and the buyback announced this time is fairly in line with the policy. If you look at the buyback again for Wipro as well, the Wipro buyback forms nearly around 23% of the Q2 cash and 16% of the overall net worth for Q2. Again, companies are likely, or there are high expectations that maybe even Infosys goes ahead and announces buyback. Just quickly, Infosys had announced buyback of worth, or completed buyback worth nearly around 8,200 crores sometime in FY20, and they had completed buyback worth around 13,000 crore in FY18. Along with the buyback announcement, also watch out for any upgrade to the FY21 guidance by Infosys. For HCL as well, they had done 2 buybacks. In FY18, there was a buyback worth 3,500 crore. And in FY19 there was a buyback worth 4,000 crores. So all in all, I would say a lot of IT companies, both large as well as mid IT companies, are likely to announce or take the route of a buyback to reward shareholders, as they are now most of the IT companies are seeing very strong deal momentum and strong demand environment and the start of the tech transformation cycle. So keep a watch on that.